Learning to simplify fractions. If you are asked to simplify fractions, or another term for it is to reduce fractions, or to put a fraction in lowest terms, all those things mean the same thing. Simplify fractions, reduce fractions, put a fraction in its lowest terms. So in order to do that, you're going to use division. And you are going to find the greatest number that can be divided into both the numerator and the denominator. Numerator's top number, denominator is bottom number. Now we have been creating equivalent fractions, and we've been using multiplication to do that. And as you know, if we multiplied the numerator by something, we had to multiply the denominator by the very same thing. So if we multiplied numerator by 2, denominator had to be multiplied by 2. If we multiplied numerator by 70, we have to multiply denominator by 70. The top and the bottom have to be treated exactly the same. It is like working with your brother or sister when you were a kid. Your mom had to treat you exactly the same, or you would fight. So when we are reducing or simplifying, we are going to divide by the exact same number. We want to look for the greatest number that can go into both 12 and 24. Can you think of the greatest number that would go into both 12 and 24? Well, I hope you said 12. 12 divided by 12 is going to give you 1. And 24 divided by 12 is going to be 12. So it's going to be 2. So 12 24ths is the same thing as 1/2. Now, you might have done that on your first step, but you might have said, oh, I know they're both even, so 2 will go into both of them. And so you divide 12 by 2 and you get 6. And then you divide 24 by 2 and you get 12. And then you have 6 12s. Well, you have reduced this, but you haven't put it into its lowest terms. And in math, when you're asked to simplify or reduce, it always means to put it into its lowest terms. So you would have to find another number that could go into both 6 and 12 until you eventually got it down to 1/2. So that's why I say in your first shot, try to find the greatest number that will go into both the numerator and the denominator. So when we look at 4 and 6, what is the greatest number that will go into both 4 and 6? Well, I hope you recognize that both of them are even, so 2 will go into both of them. 3 won't and 4 won't. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. So 2/3 is what 4/6 is in its lowest terms, or when it's reduced. So 9/15. What is the greatest number that can go into both 9 and 15? Well, I hope you recognize it's 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3, and 15 divided by 3 is 5. So that is what this fraction reduces to. And if we look at 8/24, what is the greatest number that can be divided into both 8 and 24? Well, I hope you recognize it's 8. 8 divided by 8 is 1, and 24 divided by 8 is 3. We're going to try 10 25ths. So think about what will go into both 10 and 25. I hope you recognize that it's 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2, and 25 divided by 5 is 5. And our last problem we're going to work with is 10 30ths. What is the greatest number that will go into both 10 and 30? And did you say 10? Because if you did, you are correct. 10 divided by 10 is 1. 30 divided by 10 is 3. So that is how you reduce fractions to their lowest terms or simplify fractions. Sometimes it's called various things. You want to find the greatest number that can be divided into both the numerator and the denominator.